It's time for the AFC Championship game. What's up, guys, and welcome to episode number 7 of this Vinny J Madden 24 Face of the Franchise series. And today, I'm obviously playing the AFC Championship game against the Baltimore Ravens, as you can see on the right side of the screen, and as you can see in the title of this video. But yeah, we're playing the 11-6 Ravens. We're 17-0. It's the AFC Championship game, so we're really 18-0. Including the playoffs, and then the Ravens are 13-6, including the playoffs, because they played 2 playoff games. We've only played 1 because we're the 1 seed in the AFC. Therefore, we got the bye. Because remember, only the 1 seeds in each conference get the first round bye. So we're 18-0, including the playoffs. They're 13-6, including the playoffs. I can't remember what seed they are, because I haven't looked at the playoff bracket yet, at least today. No, right now. They are the 3 seed. So we'll see how we do. We beat the Chiefs 38-24. The Chiefs were the 5 seed. We were down in this game though at one point 17-3, but then after it was 17-3 Chiefs, we outscored them 35-7 after it was 17-3 Chiefs. So we beat them by a score of 38-24. The Ravens beat the Bills by a score of 38-31 in Buffalo, and then our game obviously was in Vegas. So now obviously it's Ravens at Raiders, and then it's the Philadelphia Eagles at the Carolina Panthers. And it's the 6th-seeded Eagles at the 1-seeded Panthers. We are the second game. The AFC Championship game is the second and final conference championship game on Championship Sunday. So we'll see right when we get into the game who won the NFC Championship game, and see who the winner of our game will play in the Super Bowl in Vegas. If we get to the Super Bowl, which we're 1 win away from going to the Super Bowl, we would be playing the Super Bowl in our home stadium. So, yeah, my prediction is Panthers-Raiders, and if it is, I'll be the 2-1 seeds, as the Panthers beat the 7-seeded Buccaneers 31-17, and then the Eagles, who were the 6th seed, beat the 3-seeded Packers in the first round 28-24 at Lambeau, and then they beat the Packers at Lambeau by 4. Then they blew out the Cowboys, their NFC East rivals, 41-19 in Dallas. So the Eagles have won 2 road games to get to the NFC Championship game, and now they have to try to win a 3rd road game, and if they can do that, they would be in the Super Bowl. And then obviously on the other side, we won our only game at home, and then the Ravens have won 1 home game against the Browns by 14, and then they beat the Bills in Buffalo by 7. So we'll see how we do. And like I said, the Eagles have won 2 road games, and they're 1 road win away from going to the big game in Vegas. And obviously, if we get to the Super Bowl, it would be at our home stadium, at Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas, Nevada. Let's do my side activities. Let's say Tuesday has to be an open day. Let's do PA or play action power zero concept on Wednesday. It has to be an open day Thursday, I guess. Let's do a private workout Friday. Saturday, let's do a sports massage. And then Sunday's the game day. Sunday is game day, and then Monday, the day after the game, is a rest day automatically. So I have 2 open days on Tuesday, on-field drills Wednesday, open day Thursday, bonus workout Friday, and extra recovery Saturday. And I do simulate the on-field training on and off camera. So yeah, let's see what I got. +1 stamina for the next game for the open day, +25 reps for the play action power zero concept, +1 stamina for the second open day, +3 strength for the next 2 games, which would go to the Super Bowl if we get there. That's for the private workout, and then +2 strength and +1 max stamina for the next game as well. So I got some good bonuses or pluses before the AFC Championship game. This game's not going to be easy. I mean, well, I could say that and it could be super easy, but you have to have the mindset of you don't get anything until you earn it. And obviously we have to earn our trip to the Super Bowl. And obviously the Ravens know that whoever wins this game goes to the Super Bowl. And remember, they still have Lamar Jackson. So yeah, we'll see how we do. So let's play the conference championship. Time to win or go home. Hopefully we can win and the Ravens go home. But conference championship, AFC championship. I mean, they're in 84 overall. We're in 81 overall. They have Mark Andrews, Roquan Smith, their middle linebacker, Lamar Jackson, their quarterback, and then Andrews, like I said, their tight end. And then obviously the Raiders have me, Josh Jacobs, Devontae Adams, Hunter Renfrow, Mayer, our tight end. So let's get into it. Play call in hand, skill level is pro. and the game style is simulation. Winner to the Super Bowl. Let's go. Let's watch the presentation. Alan Roach, AFC Championship. Number 7, Vinny J, versus number 8, Lamar Jackson. Here we go. Obviously, I'm a player locked on Vinny J, so I'm not playing defense or anything. But on defense, obviously that will be simulated. We gotta contain Lamar Jackson. Here we go. Trip to the Super Bowl on the line, and that Super Bowl will be right here in this building, as the winner will play the Eagles or the Panthers in Super Bowl 58 right here in Vegas. And let's say we did the ball first because that was the Ravens kickoff team on the field, and it'll be a touchback. And the Eagles blew out the Panthers 49-21, and the Eagles have done it, as they've won 3 road games. They won in Green Bay, then they won in Dallas. Now they've won. They won in Green Bay, Dallas, and Carolina. So they've won 3 road games as the 6th seed to get to the big game right here in Vegas against either the Raiders or the Ravens. Here we go. We're on your way in the AFC Championship game with our first play from scrimmage, and that is 9 yards. But yeah, they won 49-21. That's back-to-back games. The Eagles have put up 49 points against the Cowboys in Dallas, and now they put up 49 points against the Panthers in Carolina. So, I mean, although they're the 6th seed in the NFC, they're on a roll, winning 3 straight road games and putting up 49 points in back-to-back playoff games, both on the road, of course. They were 9-8, and the Panthers were 13-4. Here's a throw over the middle. It's caught. Renfro. He has space. He's tackled from behind at the 16. But it's 1st and 10 Vegas. That was a big play for the Raiders. Yeah, it's not easy to obviously win 3 straight road games in the playoffs and to put up 49 points in back-to-back games, both on the road, of course. So if we win this game, we'll play the Eagles, but that will not be easy. Even though they're the 6th seed in the NFC and we're the 1 seed in the AFC, they're on a roll. So obviously we gotta get there first. There we go. And now here's a throw to square in stride. It's Renfro, and he is in! Touchdown Raiders! 3 plays, and we get into the end zone. As we strike first in the AFC Championship game here at home, as I got 61 reps on that drive, a minute and a half drive, 3 plays, touchdown. And the Ravens go down and did nothing. 3:22 they don't in the first quarter, no score. Or excuse me, 3:22 they don't in the first quarter, 7-0 Raiders. So we got the ball back a minute later, just over a minute later after we scored. Here's Jacobs' first run of the game, and he got 6. Excuse me, he got 6. It's 2nd down and 4. And now here's a throw on like a little jig route where he cut out and then he cut in, incomplete. Let's go with double and sail. It's 3rd and 4. We now get to the 30 for a first. So it must have been a touchback. We started at the 20, which means it probably was a touchback on a punt. And now here's a throw, and I was hit as I threw. I was throwing the triangle who was open, but Smith, number 0, got in there. And it's 4th down. Like I said, the Eagles were 9-8. in the regular season. The Panthers were 13-4, but now obviously the Eagles are now, well, what, 12-8, including the playoffs. And the Ravens get the ball, and they did a touchdown and the PAT, and we're tied at 7 apiece. 5:41 to go in the second quarter. Total yards, 100 for the Ravens, and 81, I believe, for the Raiders, as we're tied at 7 apiece. Over the middle, and that is incomplete, as it almost got intercepted there as it hit the shoe of the defender, popped up in the air, incomplete. That's kind of behind Renfro. Passing yards, 75 to 40 Raiders, but we have more passing yards, but they have more rushing yards. Here's a throw. I did not mean it. I meant to throw it the circle, but I threw it the triangle. First down. 4 for 7, 95 yards, and a TD, which was the Renfro. First down Raiders. That throw was the Renfro as well. He has 3 receptions, 85 yards, and a touchdown. And a touchdown. Here's Jacobs. Flag is down. He's up to midfield, but that will probably be coming back, as that will probably be a hold, and it is. So it'll be 1st and 15. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. It's on the fullback. So it was 5 yards in front of the line of scrimmage. Therefore, it's only 1st and 15. If you hear a dog barking out there, 2 dogs are just play fighting out there, and the door is open to this room. If I close the door, it usually gets like as hot as a sauna in here in the summer. Because right now, I mean, outside, according to my phone, it's 94 degrees out, but it feels at 106 degrees. If I close the door, it's like a sauna in here. And sometimes it even still is hot in here, even if the door is open. And it's even hotter in here if the door is closed in the summer. So that's why I have it open. And now here's a throw over the middle. That's Myers, I believe. First down. As we got it was 2nd and 12. We got about 13. First down. Now we're to the Ravens 42. Remember, they get the ball after halftime. 3:50 to go in the first half. And remember, it's 6-minute quarters. And that'll be a first down. 2 rushes, 19 yards for Jacobs, who's now on the Packers in real life. Here we go. From the 29 of Baltimore. And now here's a throw over the middle! And it's incomplete. It was dropped by the receiver and then dropped by the defender. 2nd down. As that was the R1. That was kind of... I should have did a bullet pass, not a lob pass. Tried to get closer for 3rd down, and we didn't lose any yards, but we didn't gain any yards. So I tried to get closer for 3rd down. That didn't work. 3rd and 10 now. We gotta get to the 20. We gotta get to the 19 for a first. And now here's a throw over the middle. Adams just got it, as he found the hole in the zone, and he's down to the 1. 1st and goal. So he found the hole in the zone. And he's a yard away from getting in. Now it's he was a yard away from getting in. 1st and goal from the 1. Halfback gut to Jacobs, and he lost a couple yards. He lost a couple. It'll be the 2-minute warning, 7-7, but we're on the doorstep. Throw a Z spot. 2 minutes to go. Jalen Hurts had 5 touchdowns. The Eagles quarterback. And now, here's Vinny J running for it. He'll get in! Touchdown, Raiders! As he dives into the end zone. And the Raiders retake the lead. As he got around the edge, he was untouched, diving into the end zone. He could have hurt himself, though. I did that, obviously. I hit square to dive. But the Raiders retake the lead. 1:54 to go in the first half. I have 169 reps on that drive. 256 reps total. 13-7 Raiders. And it should be 14-7, hopefully. And it is. And we get the ball back about 20 seconds later. 1:32 to go. 14-7 Raiders. And we have a chance to get another touchdown. The Ravens do get the ball after halftime, though. The Ravens do. From the 24, so I'm guessing it was a punt, or maybe they went forward and didn't did it, but that doesn't make any sense. Here's a throw. That ball's caught by Myers. First down. I'm 8 for 12, 165 yards, 1 touchdown through the air, and then obviously the other one I ran in moments ago. Let's do a slip screen. 1 minute left. 1:05 left. Slip screen to Jacobs to the left. Blockers in front. Green grass in front. And he is inbounds, but he's got the first down. I'm going to call it first time out here with about 57 seconds left. So with Flood, 58 seconds actually from their 38. And now here's a one-on-one Adams, and he's got it! Get Moss! Touchdown Las Vegas! See Moss number 23 for Baltimore. It's 20-7 Raiders. He scored 2 touchdowns about a minute apart. 375 reps now total. 119 on that drive. And we get the ball back again. 36 seconds to go in the half. We have one timeout at our own 21. Two touchdowns in the air. First one to Renfro, second one to Adams, and obviously the second touchdown for the Raiders as a team. I ran it. And here's a throw. That ball's caught. And Renfro up to around midfield until our last timeout at our own 48. We're about maybe 10, 15 yards away from field goal range. And now here's a throw to Renfro in stride, and now he down the other side of the 50. 10 seconds. I maybe should have spiked it, but we're not in range yet. 8 seconds. And now there's a throw to Adams, and he did not catch it. 4 seconds, we're at the 47. And yeah, I don't think a field goal is 64 yards. Well, if I try to kick a field goal, I don't think I'll be able to, because I'll be able to see it, but I won't be able to kick it. Why not? Kick a field goal. See I'm on the broadcast angle. 64 yards for Carlson. I'm just seeing if he can kick it that far. And no, it's short by maybe 3-4 yards. And it's 21-7 Raiders at the half. I knew if I tried to kick a field goal there, or if I told the Raiders to kick a field goal, I would be watching the field goal, but not actually kicking it. But it was maybe 3, 4, 5 yards short, something like that. But it's 21-7 at the half, and the Ravens go down and did a touchdown. But there was only 4 seconds, so it's either I had 3 options there: knee it or run it, and just run out the clock, throw a Hail Mary, or kick a field goal. I decided to kick a field goal, or try to, but then it worked. Now it's a 7-point game as the Ravens go down and score on their first possession of the second half, and that ball's almost intercepted. That was almost triple coverage, because there was one guy there, and then another guy came, and then there was also the safety that came up about 2 yards. Here we go. We gotta keep the momentum going. There you go. First down to Myers, and he's up to the 44. First down. Yeah, because this is a face of the franchise, so I'm player locked on my quarterback. That's why I was watching the field goal from the broadcast angle and not actually taking the field goal. But I mean, if it was a 60-yard field goal, he might have made that, but because it was 64, he wasn't able to. And now here's Vinny J. Out of the pocket. He'll throw it away legally. No flag. It'll be second down and 10. At least I was out of the pocket, because if I wasn't, it would have been intentional grounding. Now he's second down and 10. He got the edge, hurdle over a guy, but he only got 4. He has 5 versus 21 yards. Big third down here, because we don't want to give the ball back to the Ravens. Still up by 7. We want to be up by at least 2 scores. And now there's a throw down the field, and it's picked off. As it's picked off by Humphrey. And the Ravens take over at the 20. Their 20. As there was a little gap there, but it was picked off by Humphrey. I think it's a corner. 418 reps now, 43 on that drive. But the Ravens have the football, looking to tie the AFC Championship game, and they do not tie it. They do get a field goal, so they've scored 10 unanswered. It was 21-7 Raiders, but now it's 21-17 Raiders, as the Ravens have scored 10 unanswered. 46 seconds to go in the third quarter, so just over a quarter to go in the AFC Championship game. We're only we're only up by 4, and that's a catch by Adams. First down. Here we go. 18 seconds to go in the third quarter. Game and season on the line for the Ravens and the Raiders. And now there's a throw. Adams has got it on the slant. And he's tackled from behind as he saved the touchdown that Baltimore player did. We head to the fourth quarter. The Raiders are up by 4. And the Raiders also have the football. As the Ravens scored all 10 points in the third quarter. The Ravens scored all 10 points in the third quarter, but the Raiders have the football at the Ravens 24. If I accidentally say Ravens instead of Raiders or Raiders instead of Ravens, my bad, because the Raiders and Ravens, they both start with an R. And now here's Jacobs as the Raiders did a first down. Down to the 11, 1st and 10, Las Vegas. As a touchdown make it a 2-score game. 5.5 minutes to go in the AFC Championship. And now here's a throw. That ball's caught at the 8, and he's blown up at the 7. 2nd down and 6, with 5:20 in town in the dough. Five minutes left. And now here's a throw. It's caught. Touchdown, Las Vegas. As that was Mayer. Michael Mayer, that's his first name. Michael Mayer, 27-17, Las Vegas, with 4:57 to go. As we should be up by 11, pending the PAT. 478 reps, 7 total, 60 on that drive. I'm going to move the sim speed to normal now, because there's 5 minutes left. And the PAT is good from Carlson. We're up 28-17, but it's not over yet. 15-yard penalty on Chandler Jones. 15 yards. It probably was roughing the passer or face mask. 55-yard touchdown to OBJ. Great. And they did the 2-yard rush by J.K. Dobbins, the Ravens running back. So a 55-yard touchdown for OBJ, and then a 2-yard rush for J.K. Dobbins, their running back, on the 2-point conversion. And it's a 3-point game. They scored a touchdown in, like 30 seconds. And it's now a 3-point game again. And there's a flag down. It's intercepted. And he's going. He's tackled at R22. That's probably a hold on the offense. And it is. They'll decline it. It's on the right guard, and that'll be their ball on R22. So obviously it's a holding on the offense. They'll decline it. This is my second interception, and now they have a chance to take the lead. So they got that long touchdown to OBJ, then they got the 2-point conversion, and then they got an interception. That was 100% my fault. 7-yard rush for Jackson. They're at R16, 2nd and 3. 3rd and inches from the 13 now. 13-yard touchdown to Devin Duvernay. PAT is good, and they've scored 2 touchdowns, 1 2-point conversion and 1 extra point in a span of 30 seconds. In a span of 30 seconds, they've scored 15 points. 3:49 to go. We're down 32-28, so we need a touchdown. So, yeah, I mean, in a span of, like I said, 30 seconds, they scored 15 points, and they were down by 11. Now they're up by 4. Gotta take it into my own hands. Here's a throw. That ball is caught, and it's 3rd and inches, of course. Of course it's 3rd and inches. 3rd and inches, 3:13 to go. Better get this first down. It's literally inches. And Jacobs has got it. First down. And there's a flag. Is that a hold? So, yeah, it's only 3rd and 10 now. It's on Jacoby Johnson, the fullback. It's only 3rd and 6, actually. There's a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. But 3rd and 6 now. And 3:09 to go. Now here's a throw. R1 is wide open, and he's got the first down. With 3 minutes to go, I have 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, but that last interception they turned into, both interceptions, the Ravens have scored touchdowns on that ensuing drive. 2:40 to go. Game on the line. And now Vinny J's going to run for it. And good block down the sideline out of bounds. And there's an injured Raiders player, 2:31 to go. That's a good block. I got about 10 more yards because of that block. And we're in the Ravens 45, 2:31 left. Down by 4, we need a TD. And I'm going to run forward again. Got 2 yards. This one, I'm inbounds this time. Let's do one more play. 2:02 left. Got it off before the 2-minute warning. And now here's a throw to Jacobs. And it's a 2-minute warning. We're down. 2-minute warning. We're down by 4. It is 3rd down and 4. Let's go with dry flood. It's obviously 4-down territory. 1:58 to go. And now here's a throw. It's caught by Renfro. And he's down to the 26. 100 seconds to go in regulation. And now here's a throw to Renfro as he's inside the 20. Down to the 13. 1st down Raiders. Let's go with double and sail. 80 seconds left. And I'm going to throw this one away as 1:11 left, 2nd down and 10. Let's go with mesh. It's 4-down territory because we're down by 4, so a field goal won't do anything. And now there's a throw. It's caught by Renfro. And he's down to the 7. It's 3rd down and 4 with 1 minute left. Dry flood. 50 seconds and counting. 3rd and 4. And now there's a throw to Renfro. He's got it. It's a 1st down. I'm going to call it a 1st timeout. 41 seconds. It's a 1st down, not a touchdown. 1st and goal from the 2. 41 seconds. Let's mesh again. And now here's a throw! And it's caught! Hunter Renfro! And the Raiders have the lead with 37 seconds to go! As the Raiders have a 2-point lead with 37 seconds to go, as Vinny J drove them down the field, despite throwing 2 interceptions and one on the second one being on the last drive. Despite that, Vinny J, the 5th-year quarterback, when you start facing the franchise, you start as a 5th-year quarterback. The 5th-year quarterback drives them down, and we have a 2-point lead with 37 seconds to go. PAT pending. But now I have 578 reps in this game, 100 on that drive. But obviously now the Ravens, if we make the PAT, which we do, Ravens only need a field goal. They have 36 seconds, all 3 timeouts. Come on, D. 9 interception to Zay Flowers. They sit 26 seconds. Sacked by Matt Crosby. 3rd and 10 from the 25. And then Zay Flowers, 18-yard reception. 20 seconds. 14-yard reception to Duvernay. They're almost in field goal range. 8-yard reception. 8 seconds. And the kick is good from, and the 51-yard field goal by Justin Tucker is good. 5 seconds to go, and we're tied at 35 apiece. And we're at our own 22. As Tucker made the 51-yard field goal. 5 seconds to go. And we're going to go to overtime. As I'm just going to run it one time. Halfback dive to Jacobs. And unless he scores here, we're going to go to overtime. And he does not score. He got 7 yards. And we are going to overtime in the AFC Championship game. As we scored 14 in the 4th. They scored 18 in the 4th. And we're tied at 35 apiece after regulation. And here's the coin toss. We won the coin toss, and we're going to receive. As both teams will do a possession with the football. As I'm out there as one of the 2 captains. As both quarterbacks are out there, plus 2 other players. But yeah, I want the ball first. I know both teams get the football, and you think maybe because both teams get the football, you should kick off first and receive second. But I wanna, despite some people might say you should kick off first and then receive second, but I want to receive first. So we won the coin toss. We elect to receive, and here we go. Overtime. Need a touchdown. It's not over. It's not over even if we score a touchdown. Both teams get a possession in overtime in the playoffs, even if the first team on offense scores a touchdown. Both teams did possession in overtime in the playoffs, even if the first team on offense scores a touchdown. Here we go. And now I'm going to run for it. Green grass in front of him, about 20 yards, and I'm out of bounds almost at midfield. And I'm out of bounds to the 48 of the Raiders, gained 23 there, first down. And usually that's dash C in my career mode I run with, because he's a 99 quarterback, 99 overall, and 99 everything. Here, Vinny J's like an 84, but I ran for it. Now we're at 2 plays, we're into the Ravens 47. Second down and 5. AFC Championship game, winner of the Super Bowl, can't get any better than this. And now there's a throw, open his circle, and then it's Renfro, inside the 25, down to the 22. Is that 405 yards, 4 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Renfro has 2 touchdowns, Mayer has 1, and then Adams is the other one, and then I have the other one on the ground. And now I'm going to run for it again, as I'm going to get the first down out of bounds. There's an injured Ravens player. It's Michael Pierce, or M. Pierce. First and goal from the 9. First and goal from the 9. 4:25 to go in overtime. But even if we score a touchdown, it's not over. And now I'm going to run for it. Finish is in. And the Raiders have the lead in overtime. His second rushing touchdown of the game. Good dance there. 4:17 to go in overtime, and we're up 41-35. But because it's the rule change in the playoffs, even if the first team on offense scores a touchdown, the other team will get a possession, as you saw in the Super Bowl, the real-life Super Bowl, between the Niners and the Chiefs. 152 reps on that drive, 730 reps total. The sim speed is still normal, but obviously the Ravens will have a chance to get a touchdown and to tie the game, and if that happens, then the net score will win the game. Game on the line, season on the line. Touchdown would tie it, anything less, we win. Except from the 23. Pass drop by Flowers. 19-yard reception to Mark Andrews. Great. 7-yard reception to Flowers. They're at midfield. 4-yard reception for Dobbins. First down. They're at our 42 now. Second down and 5. Pass drop by Flowers. 3rd and 5. A 42-yard touchdown to Duvernay. And the PAT is good. And now the net score wins the game. You gotta be kidding me. It was a 42-yard touchdown to Devin Duvernay. So both teams got a touchdown and a PAT on their first drive of overtime. And now the net score wins the game. So the net score, regardless of what it is, wins the AFC Championship game. So I'm gonna audible into a run. Second down and 8. He has 10 rushes, 54 yards. I just said net score wins this game regardless of what it is. And now there's a throw. That ball is caught by Renfro. And he's got the first down. So that's 414 yards, 4 TDs, 2 interceptions, and 4 touchdowns in the air. 2 on the ground, including the 1 in here in overtime. But then the Ravens matched out with a 42-yard receiving touchdown by Duvernay. And then they went for the PAT to tie it and not for the 2-point conversion to win it. And now here's a run by Jacobs, 1 yard. Remember that obviously these games can't end in a tie, obviously, so here we go. Under 2 minutes to go in overtime number 1. And now I'm going to run for it again. Another big patch of green grass out of bounds at the Ravens 40. I have 7 rushes, 92 yards, and 2 touchdowns. And remember, we're almost in field goal range, too. We only need a field goal, but we're not in, beyond field goal from here. We want to get as close as we can. And now there's a throw to Adams, and he falls out of bounds, but he got 5 yards. 3rd and 5. Excuse me, 2nd down and 5. 1:36 to go in the first overtime. A field goal would win it, but still be a long 50. It would be a 50-plus yard field goal from here. It's now 3rd and 3. As that was Johnson with a couple yards there. Here we go. This is a good game. And now here's a throw to Adams! And I was on the run as Adams was wide open. But now it's going to be about a 50 or 51 yard field goal to send us to the Super Bowl. As man, that guy was wide open. Adams was, but I was on the run and threw it off my back foot. But this is to win the Super Bowl. If Carlson nails the 50 or 51 yard field goal, if he makes it, it's over. And the kick is good! And the Raiders are going to the Super Bowl! As Carlson made it from 50 or 51 yards, and we won. This is officially the new game of the year. I know I said the first Chiefs game a few episodes back was the game of the year, but this was truly the game of the year, at least in the playoffs, as we win the game 45-42 in overtime. As the Raiders will stay right here in Vegas to play the Eagles in the big game, as they'll play the Super Bowl in their home stadium, as that will be the 3rd time ever that will happen. It happened in Super Bowl 55 with the Buccaneers, Super Bowl 56 with the Rams, and now Super Bowl 58 with the Las Vegas Raiders. 419 yards and 4 touchdowns for Vinny J, 288 yards and 3 touchdowns for Lamar Jackson. And despite me missing that last throw, where Adams literally was wide open, because I missed him because I was on the run and threw it off my back foot, but he was wide open. But 45-42 is the final. This is the highest scoring game I've ever played here in the series, I believe. Well, it's not the closest game. I've had games where we won by 3 or 4 points before, but this might be the first time that's ever gone to overtime. I'm not sure if any of my other games in the regular season went to overtime, but either way, both teams scored a touchdown on their first drive in overtime, and then we got the ball. So good thing that we got the ball first, because if we didn't get the ball first, say even if we got the ball second and both teams scored a touchdown, the Ravens would have got the ball 3rd in overtime with a chance to win the game with any score. But because we got the ball first, because we won the coin toss and we let the two receive, we scored a touchdown. They scored a touchdown as well, but then we got the ball 3rd in overtime with and because the score was tied after both teams had a possession, therefore the net score won the game, regardless of what it was. And we only needed a field goal. We got that field goal. It was about 50 or 51 yards. I'll check it in a sec. From Carlson, and Carlson nails the field goal from 50 or 51 yards to send the Raiders to the Super Bowl, as they'll play the Philadelphia Eagles in the Super Bowl at their home stadium, at Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas, Nevada. Oh my, that was a great game. I threw 2 interceptions, but I threw 2 interceptions, but I threw 4 touchdowns, and then I had 2 touchdowns on the ground. So 6 total touchdowns, 4 in the air, 2 on the ground. So I just said I had six total touchdowns, 4 in the air, 2 on the ground. Yeah, it was a great game. We're gonna look at the stats quick because there's been some insane stats in this game. So I was 28 for 39, 419, 4 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Jackson 17 for 29, 288, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. And then rushing. Let's show the Raiders. 11 for 55 for Jacobs. Vinny J, 7 for 92 and 2 touchdowns, including the 1 in overtime. And then Johnson, 1 for 2. And then receiving, Renfro, 13 catches for 192 yards and 2 touchdowns. Adams, 5 catches, 121 yards and 1 touchdown. Myers, 3 catches, 58 yards. Mayer, 3 catches, 14 yards and a touchdown. Hooper, Austin Hooper, one of our other tight ends, 2 catches, 17 yards. And then Jacobs, 2 catches, 17 yards as well. So the 4 touchdowns I threw, it was 1 to Mayer, 1 to Adams, and then 2 to Renfro. And Renfro almost had 200 yards receiving. Defense. We had 1 sack. It was Max Crosby. The Ravens never turned the ball over. But I'll take that. Field goals. It was a 50-yard field goal because he was 1 for 2 on field goals. Obviously, he missed that 64-yard field goal in the last play of the first half. He made the second field goal, and and his longest field goal was 50 yards. So he made that 50-yard field goal to send the Raiders to the Super Bowl. He was 6 for 6 on extra points. Punting, A.J. Cole only had 1 punt, 54 yards. And then Justin Tucker was 2 for 2 on field goals. Obviously, he hit that 51-yard field goal to send us to overtime. And then he also had another field goal as well. And then he was 4 for 4 on extra points. And then kick returning, Justin Hill, 1 for the Ravens, 1 kickoff return for 24 yards. And then the Raiders, Trey Tucker, 1 kickoff return for 22 yards. Punt return, same guy, Tucker, 1 punt return for 4 yards. And then for the Raiders, or that's for the Raiders, this is for the Ravens, Devin Duvernay, 1 punt return for 11 yards. Duvernay had a pretty good game. I want to see how he did. Does he at least like 2 touchdowns? Yeah, he did. 5 catches, 114 yards, and 2 touchdowns for Duvernay. Zay Flowers, 6 catches, 59 yards. Mark Andrews, 2 catches, 33 yards. OBJ, 2 receptions, 2 catches, 67 yards, and a touchdown. James Proch, the second, 1 catch, 5 yards. And then J.K. Dobbins, 1 catch, 10 yards. Yeah, OBJ had that long touchdown, and then obviously Andrews had 2 catches, 33 yards. Duvernay had that long touchdown, 42 yards in overtime, and he had a total of 114 receiving yards on 5 catches and 2 touchdowns. And then Zay Flowers, no touchdowns, but 59 receiving yards on 6 catches. And then the scoring summary: 16-yard pass from Vinny J to Renfro, 1-yard run for Dobbins, 3-yard run for Vinny J, 38-yard pass from Vinny J to Devontae Adams, 1-yard run by Lamar Jackson, 37-yard field goal for Tucker, and then in the fourth quarter, 7-yard pass from Vinny J to Michael Mayer, 55-yard pass from Lamar Jackson to OBJ, and then Dobbins ran in and then J.K. Dobbins ran in the 2-point conversion from the 2-yard line. And a 12-yard pass from Lamar Jackson to Devin Duvernay, 2-yard pass from Vinny J to Hunter Renfro with 36 seconds to go to give us a 3-point lead. 51-yard field goal by Tucker with 4 seconds left tied the game, sent the game to overtime, tied at that tied the game at 30. That tied the game at 35, and then an overtime 9-yard run from Vinny J that gave us a 42-35 lead, and then a 42-yard pass from Lamar Jackson to Devin Duvernay tied the game at 42. We got the ball back, tied with the game tied at 42, and the net scorer would win the game. We went down, and it says 49-yard field goal, but it was a 50-yard field goal. But then a 50-yard field goal by Carlson ended it in overtime. As it says at the top, the final score is 51-36 Raiders. It was not 51-36. It was 45-42 Raiders. As the Raiders win the game 45-42 over the Ravens in overtime. This was a new game of the year, 100%. As we win the game 45-42 in overtime. As the Ravens season's over, our season's still going as we're playing the Philadelphia Eagles in Super Bowl 58 right here at our home stadium, as we're the 3rd team ever to play the Super Bowl at our home stadium. The Buccaneers did it in Super Bowl 55, beat the Chiefs. The Rams did it in Super Bowl 56, and they beat the Bengals. And then in Super Bowl 58, at least in this game, obviously, the Raiders have done it, and they're the 3rd team ever to play the Super Bowl at their home stadium. The first 2 teams to do it won that Super Bowl. Let's see if the Raiders can be the 3rd team to win the Super Bowl at their home stadium. And so far, the Buccaneers did it and the Rams did it. So that means the teams that play the Super Bowl in their home stadium are 2 for 2. Let's see if the Raiders can make it 3 for 3. But because I am going on a road trip on Monday, July 1st, which will be tomorrow, actually. I'm leaving for my road trip tomorrow because this video will be going up on June 30th. I'm leaving for my road trip tomorrow, July 1st. So because of that, I'm not going to be doing the Super Bowl in this series until after our road trip. So that'll be a few weeks from now. So I'm out of town from July 1st to July 20th. And because of that, that's why I'm not going to be doing the Super Bowl in this series until after our road trip. So that video will not be posted of the Super Bowl, and that video of the Super Bowl, which will be the next episode of the series, won't be posted for a few weeks. But it'll be worth the wait, as the Super Bowl in this series, my Madden 24 franchise series, and then the Best of 3 World Series in my MLB The Show 20 postseason series. All 3 of those spins I'll do after our road trip. So all 3 of those spins I'll do in a few weeks after I get back from our road trip. So yeah, that's pretty much it. The next video on this channel, there'll be one more video before our road trip. And that video will be the Tour Championship in my Vinny J PGA Tour 2K23 My Career Series. And that will be the next video on this channel, and that will also be my last video before our road trip. But for this video, the Raiders beat the Ravens 45-42 in the AFC Championship game in Las Vegas in overtime, and the Raiders are playing the Philadelphia Eagles in Super Bowl 58 right here in Vegas, or the Las Vegas Raiders are playing the Philadelphia Eagles in Super Bowl 58 right here in Las Vegas at their home stadium. This is the 3rd team ever to play the Super Bowl at their home stadium. And they're going to try to win Super Bowl 58 and finish off a perfect 20-0 season, including the playoffs. So let's see if we can do it. We're 19-0, one win away from having a perfect season, including the playoffs. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed this video. You should have, because this was definitely the game of the year, the new game of the year, as we beat the Ravens 45-42 in overtime, and we're going to the Super Bowl. If you like this episode, hit the like button. Subscribe if you have yet. Tell your mom, dad, grandma, grandpa, aunts, uncles, pets, and friends about these videos. And you know what? I'm gonna see you in episode number. Whoa, what's the episode? In episode number. In episode number 8, I'm pretty sure it's episode number 8. And you know what I'm going to see, even if it's not, I'll see you in the next episode, of course. And you know what, I'm going to see you in episode number 8, I think, of this Vinny J Madden 24 Face of the Franchise series. See you in episode number 8. And eat on to bacon. And go Raiders, and I'll see you in the Super Bowl. See you then.